Oh, and so I made a proposal to go because they had an art festival, and I said I would go to the camps in Algeria and live with the women and cook with them in the kitchen and hang out in their family homes and eat with them and through their stories figure out what's happening in the country. And actually the country is right under Morocco in North Africa on the west coast. And so it's right on the Atlantic. And when Franco was dying and all of Africa was being decolonized, he made a deal behind the backs of the indigenous people with Mauritania and Morocco that they could split the land. And the people had no idea. This is 1975. So they came in, the Moroccans came in with tanks and napalm, and the men stayed to fight. And the women took the little kids and the older people and went to safety across the desert, the Sahara Desert, into Algeria. And they had been there for 40 years. And when I went to visit them, I couldn't believe it because it's a completely matriarchal society. There's 99% literacy. They built all the buildings, they have hospitals, they have a school system, and they're all there just waiting for the UN to hold a referendum so that they can vote for self-determination or independence. But there's been a ceasefire between Morocco and Western Sahara since 1990, and in all that time, the UN has never called for this sit-down to happen. So they're just peacefully resisting the Moroccans. There's no human rights mandate in the occupied territory where the Moroccans are. So the Sahrawis who are there, they can be beaten up and taken to prison and disappeared. And there's no international repercussions. And so as an artist who deals with women's issues of identity and how women are conditioned different than men, sort of the quieter they are, the better they are. And the less evidence of the work you see, but they're actually doing all the work. So that's how I sort of related to them and took up their cause in terms of art, because obviously politics hasn't told us very much. And so this is a different way of acquainting people with Western Sahara and these remarkable women. So that's this kind of background. Okay? So I made these little things for the tent, and you can take them with you, and they're just sort of collages of a basic history. And this is how they pour tea. And for me to make the cookbook, I had to go into each house and then get past the whole tea ceremony to get into the kitchen, because that is a very long and elaborate ceremony, and it happens 3 times. And the first pour is a little bitter, so it's bitter as life. And the second one is sweet, so it's sweet as love. And the last one is simple or soft, and it's simple as death. So that's, so you're all having the first pour now. You're having the strong one is light.
strong اللي حلو حتى.
Here.
حتى. ما أنا لمس.
Half the group is having their lunch and then they'll come in.
Okay, great. Yeah, so that's what
Okay, so we'll check. You'll find mine.
And the ritual of pouring the tea, the higher you do it without spilling a drop, it's kind of a thing. They don't really say that that's the better one or whatever, but it's definitely a kind of silent poetry, so everyone has their own different style.
خاصني ينام بما فواحته. خاصني ينام بما فواحته.
Was that the exact same thing?
Yeah, I think the same one.
Left there.
I mean, it doesn't fit.
Yeah, I guess that's true. It doesn't matter. That's the easiest.
لازم السكر وكل شيء جاهزين. شوف أنا نتأخر. نعطي الكيسان على يد الكيسان. عطاش الكيسان. نمشي لك المسير من عدد البلاد جالس نعطي لك.
Only thing is lights, so we have one light bulb, I noticed.
We have two. Yeah, we have two.
Hi, Zizi.
I'm excited after.